close my eyes.
What's up, everyone? So we're back with another year-end video of my favorite top 20 movies that released in 2025. I would say overall this was an okay year. It wasn't the best of the best because, for example, there are no 10 out of 10s. That makes me a little sad. I'll tell you right now, brief spoiler, I got 2 6 out of 10s. I got 8 7 out of 10s. I got 4 8 out of 10s and 6 9 out of 10s. So it's all over the place. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's me too. As a reviewer, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm getting more aggressive with my ratings because I just don't give a shit anymore. Because as reviewers or critiquers, we got to be more serious in regards to the art form, right? If some shit is half-assed, we got to call it for what it is. Whereas some casual viewers will be like, oh my God, I loved it. 10 out of 10. Take it easy. Slow down. Let's talk about this, right? And that's what we're about to do in this video right now. So these are my top 20 from least to favorite movies that came out in 2025. Starting at number 20, and here we go. Unfortunately, this let me down. 6 out of 10, I got Wicked 2. I watched this with my mother, and I'm not gonna lie, we were both like, okay, what the heck is going on? The music was just so slow and kind of boring, and it was just so much slow-ass singing. Whereas that first movie, I'm telling you right now, I think that first movie was iconic. But this second movie was kind of a drag. It was kind of a drag. So, like, not the biggest fan. I was not expecting to give it a 6 out of 10. But that's my number 20 favorite. Technically, it made my favorite list. But at 19, another disappointment. And I give effort to The Rock, but The Smashing Machine, 6 out of 10. Now, this was a very dramatic movie. I love the true story behind it. However, it's just the freaking, the pacing was a little slow, even though it was a drama. It's just, The Rock did very well. I'm so proud of him, Dwayne Johnson. But like overall, the movie was just kind of slow and all over the place. It had so much potential. It was one of those movies. At number 18, I have Happy Gilmore 2, which was on Netflix. 7 out of 10. Now this movie is just, it goes back to the word of the year, which is slop. It's like celebrity slop. Let's throw in this celebrity, that celebrity, Bad Bunny celebrity. Like, okay, we get it. We want to throw the celebrities in there, but geez, like, can we just have a good story? And this one took a turn for the worse when they incorporated that futuristic technology company. It just got kind of crazy. But what was good about this was all the throwback references, although I feel like they probably overdid that as well. But it was just good to see Happy Gilmore 2 back on the screen, even if it was your freaking TV on Netflix. But I was happy to see Adam Sandler and the whole cast reunite. At number 7 is a hot take, but I don't give a fuck what you think. Superman, 7 out of 10. It is what it is. Do not care, because this is not technically an origin story. This character of Superman is already like established somewhat. And it just felt like he was getting his ass beat the whole movie. I feel like there was no chemistry between the actors. There was just so much action slop. Although it was great, the action was great, the music was pretty good. I just felt like, James Gunn gets in this habit of he just wants to throw all these characters on screen like he did for Guardians of the Galaxy, and we'll just accept it. And honestly, I feel like with Superman, the character, they could have done more to really build up his character arc, and just not the biggest fan of this movie, unfortunately. But, we'll see how the DCU unfolds. If they have a future, then they just get freaking bought out, or they're about to get bought out by Netflix or God knows who, Paramount. But we'll see. 16, I have a religious movie, Light of the World, 7 out of 10. Now, this is like a 2D animation, if I'm not mistaken, of the life of Jesus Christ. And I've been getting very spiritual over the past year or two in regards to my faith back in Catholic Church. So anything in regards to Jesus, I definitely want to be in tune, whether if it's the Chosen TV series or any animation movie that came out, such as Light of the World. And this was an interesting, low-key visual animation movie. I think it was good storytelling in regards to some of the moments in his life. And you guys should definitely check it out, whether you're religious or not, because I think it was beautifully done. It's just it's one of those stories where the character is so famous And there's so many moments that they don't have that much time on screen to just have everything unfold in a proper way. But overall, it's good storytelling. At number 15, I have Tron, the latest Tron movie, 7 out of 10. This movie surprised me. I honestly thought it was either going to be really great or really bad. And it was just okay for me. So I gave it a 7 out of 10. Was very interesting concept. It was a very interesting concept in regards to like their reality versus our reality. And I did find the ending cliffhanger very interesting. And I don't mind them if they come out with a sequel. I'm interested to see where they take the story. At 14, I have another Christian religious animated movie, David. This movie was also very fun and interesting. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I was very close to doing like an 8 out of 10, but I did give it a 7 out of 10 because it is a musical. And I just felt like some of the music wasn't that catchy for me personally. And I was watching the animation. I'm like, is this good animation or bad animation? Now, it's the best animation in regards to like hair texture. The hair on the head, the hair on the guy's arms. So you can see all the details in regards to that texture. But when it comes to like the facial features, I feel like sometimes it kind of looked like copy and paste. But this is an awesome war movie. There's a lot of battles that go on because it's literally about the life of King David before he became king. So that's kind of how the movie ends, right? Like it shows you how he became king and won over the people and stayed true to God and obedient to God. And the whole message of the movie is to not be afraid. So if you want to take your kids to a movie where it's about being fearless and having faith in God and believing in yourself, then I think this is a great movie to go watch. 13, I have How to Train Your Dragon, the live action. I gave it a 7 out of 10, and maybe it should be ranked a little higher, but I give it a 7 out of 10 because, looking back on it, it is an awesome live action movie, but I just felt like the kid actors, although I know they're not kids in real life, they're like in their freaking 20s, but like, I felt like their acting could have been a little better, or their chemistry. And I also felt like, is his name Gerard Butler, if I'm not mistaken? He plays the father. I felt like he was like low-key overacting, if I'm not mistaken. When I watched this, I'm like, yo, he's wilding out. Like, he was delivering lines as if it was freaking 300. I was like, yo, he's going beast mode. And I'm like, chill out. And like next thing, like, so like it just felt like he was doing so much extra shit on screen, which was awesome. But I'm like, hold up. Like, everyone got to match his energy, if that makes sense, because he was carrying the movie. But then it wasn't really his movie. It was about his son's movie, right? Him and the dragon. And the animation was pretty awesome. But that was just something funny I noticed. I'm like, holy shit, he's really going hard with this character. But the other characters, I feel like actors could have like did a little better. The music was awesome, for sure. Number 12, I have the new Jurassic World movie. And I did like the cast in this movie, for sure. And I like the idea. Unfortunately, this is one of those movies where they do like two stories in one, where one family goes this way and the rest of the crew goes another way, and then they meet up at the end and all this bullshit. And it's like, but the one iconic thing I did like was the family part where they're on this river with the T-Rex. That was very suspenseful, very awesome. And overall, I do love dinosaurs, so it's hard for me to hate these movies. But I did like this spin-off with Scarlett Johansson. Yep, that's what I'm thinking of. Like, she fine shit. She is. And she don't even got to do too much. She could have a full set of clothes on and she low-key still fine shit. I think I like the ponytail. I don't know. But she was badass too. Like, I really do like her as a leading lady in these movies. And I think there might come out with another movie. And if they do, I'm here for it. I think it wasn't horrible. It's pretty good. At number 11, now this one pissed me off because I thought it was going to be my number one movie of the year, and I was let down. I have Avatar 3, 7 out of 10. Dang, Avatar 3. It didn't even make my top 10. Come on. Reason being, here we go, is that, if you watch Avatar 3, the story, plot, ending is literally the same as the second movie. It's all about chasing Jake. And then they hyped up Spider-Man or Spiderville or Spider. I call him White Jamaican Boy. I don't know. He's just annoyed the shit out of me. I don't know if it's his face, his acting. I think a lot of us can agree it's his lines. James Cameron, it's like he's trying to set him up to fail. He's giving him all these shitty lines like, hey, what's up, bro? Kick my ass, bro. Suck my nuts. Like, all right, chill out, bro. Chill. I don't like that character Spider. I think he's annoying as shit. I think the visual effects is overload at this point. It's like, okay, we get it. These visual effects are freaking insane. The frame rates are literally the best it could possibly be. But like, what about the story, bro? Like, come on, like stop dragging us on with these fucking franchises. Like, they really think we're like drug addicts. It's like, yes, give us more sequels. It's like, nah, bro, get to the point. The fuck are we doing? I do like the Fire Clan, and that's where I'm pissed off, because the way they promoted this, it was like gonna be all about the Fire Clan, which it was up until like the halfway point, but then it got all about chasing Jake and then Spider-Man. It's like, come on, I'm done with this shit. But the visual effects are awesome, and I'll be honest with you, like, yes, I'm always gonna watch for the visual effects in 3D. The music could have been better. Overall, I do love the sequel, the second one, the best. And I still like the original one, whereas this third one is just like it's just like extra, you know, for no damn reason. Like, I'm tired of these fucking characters dying on screen, then they come back to life. Like, nah, we're not doing that in 2026. Do better. At number 10, I got Thunderbolts. 8 out of 10. Finally, we're in the 8 out of 10 character category, starting off my top 10 favorite of the year, Thunderbolts. Reason being is because this is like a dramatic action therapeutic movie. Talk about storytelling. Are you kidding me? Like, this is a deep Marvel movie where they get into deep, dark topics about depression, anxiety, all this emotional shit. And the actors deliver. I mean, it does get corny with the villain, I'm not gonna lie, but I just loved all the actors' performances. I love movies where you get like a group of misfits that don't get along, have no chemistry, but then they do come together and you love them as a team. And Florence Pugh, yeah, she's I've been called fine shit on that. Like, I've been calling her too, but she don't call me back. But Florence Pugh's just amazing, you know. And yeah, if anyone knows her, tell her to call me back. But at number 9, I have Freaky Friday 2, 8 out of 10. I saw this with my mom, my sister. I don't know if my dad was there. He probably could care less. But shit, I love Freaky Friday. And I'm trying to see the sequel because it looked funny. And it was funny. I was worried going into this if the two younger actresses were going to be lame. But I thought they did very well. So this was literally like a replica of Freaky Friday. Kind of similar to what I just talked shit about Avatar. But this is like a sequel, kind of like the second Avatar, where it took place like a decade later, if not more. And it just felt like more of the same, but I feel in a good way because that's what we wanted. But the story is different in regards to like the grandma, the daughter, the granddaughter. It does get a little confusing with all the swaps, but overall the acting was so great and funny in this movie, so I give them all credit. At number 8, I have The Final Mission Impossible, 8 out of 10. I wish I would have ranked this higher, but it is more of the same. It's another one of those movies where motherfuckers should die and yet they never die, and it's like, I guess they just live in a world on screen where like they always survive. Because there's some scenes where it's like, ain't no fucking way. And somehow they always just survive. But overall, everything about Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise is awesome. I give him credit for all these movies throughout the years. And I thank him for that because it's literally decades. And it's just such an awesome franchise. And I do think it was a great conclusion. However, here we go again. The way it ends, it's like, oh God, is there going to be another one? Is there going to be another spinoff? Uh-oh. So-and-so just walked off into the distance. Bullshit. Sorry, I gotta calm down because we're getting close to the top 5. All right, this one's gonna make me happy. Here we go. Number 7. Fuck you if you don't agree. Sorry, I'm gonna calm down. Minecraft, 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. I didn't watch this in theaters because low-key, you know, I get lonely, and low-key, I was scared. Those fucking kids in the theaters were throwing popcorn, drinks, snacks. They didn't give a fuck. They was just making a mess in the theaters. And if they would have threw some shit at me, oh, I'm swinging. I don't care. So I didn't go to the theater because, one, I don't care for Minecraft, the video game. I always thought it was an ugly game, a stupid game, but it's obviously the #1 most popular game in the world. Because if you don't know, you pretty much create your own world in the game, and that's what the movie's all about. So I watched this at home as a viewer who doesn't know the game, not a fan of the game, but I am a fan of Jack Black and Jason Momoa and the other characters or actors. And when I tell you they all have great chemistry on screen, it was just such a fun watch. Like, talk about a comedy. These actors didn't give a shit. They were all so funny. And I thought the green screen looked pretty good. And as for the world of Minecraft, as a person who doesn't know shit, I feel like I learned a lot. I thought it was interesting. And yeah, this is corny as hell, but like if you're a corny guy like me, who gives a shit? I mean, Jack Black is hype. I don't know if he was doing drugs or what, but his energy was a 10 out of 10 the whole fucking movie. And Jason Momoa got my respect so much because he was so silly the whole movie. He was playing this like washed up 80s rock guy, and he was just so funny, bro. So I really enjoyed this movie, and I suggest you guys watching it if you do love goofy comedies, because this was one of those comedies where I thought it was hilarious. So I look forward to the sequel for sure. Now, number 6, this one was unexpected, but I have Roofman with Channing Tatum, how he was trapped. Well, he wasn't trapped inside. I guess he was, but he was hiding inside a Toys R Us. And this is a true story. So anytime there's like a true story movie, and I could find something to relate to it, such as Toys R Us in the freaking 90s, like I'm gonna enjoy myself for real. So it was a great time. I took I went with my family to watch it. It was a good time. And this movie surprised me because it is dramatic. It's traumatic and it's romantic at the same time. So I'm over here thinking it's just purely a comedy, but yet the director somehow intertwined romance and drama to where you actually felt sad for the characters. So overall, I thought it was a great movie. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is a 9 out of 10. So we're in the 9 out of 10 categories now. I gave Roofman 9 out of 10 at my number 6. At number 5, I have Fantastic Four. I gave this a 9 out of 10. Maybe I shouldn't have, because let's keep it real, it's a Marvel movie, but I gotta give them credit for making a really good Fantastic Four superhero movie, because the last Fantastic Fours were all pieces of shit. So this first one, or comeback movie, was really good. I do love all the cast members. I think I think they had good chemistry on screen from what I recall, but I do love the action scenes. I did like the storyline. I loved all their powers and how they all work together. And I did like the villain as well. It just seemed like very dramatic and climactic at times, and I think it all paid off in the end for sure. And I think it was a good lead into Doomsday if you watch like the end credit scene. And I had a good time watching it. It was one of those Marvel movies. I was like, yep, this feels like a classic Marvel movie, and I'm here for it. Now, number 4, I was really looking forward to seeing this later in the year, and I'm so glad I got Marty Supreme at number 4, 9 out of 10. This movie, oh man, it's just like fast-paced, so much fun, a lot of drama, obviously, but it's also so motivational. And Timothée Chalamet, yeah, like he's obviously one of those young great actors. I gotta give him credit, for being very diverse in all the roles he selects. And I gotta give him credit for bouncing back this year, because I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken, where he made Wonka, and they made my top 10 worst list. I think it was my number 1 worst movie of the year. I was so fucking mad. I was like, Timothy, what are we doing here, bro? This movie sucks. Your singing sucks. Your acting sucks. Everything sucks. Stupid ass movie. I was so mad, because I like Willy Wonka, right? But it was just such a shit story, shit singing. But this Marty Supreme, oh yeah, from front to back, very fast paced. I believe this is the same directors from the Uncut Gems movie. And if you watch Uncut Gems, there's just so much anxiety, the way they edited it, the way they told the story, the character. And this is very similar to that, where it's very fast paced, a lot of action, some romance. But at the end of the day, it's all about being great at what you do. So I really enjoyed this movie. At number 3, very similar to Marty, I got F1, because wow, talk about cinematography, talk about freaking just high quality from the racing, from the acting, from the sound effects. Oh my goodness. So this is a 9 out of 10. I mean, I felt the chemistry on screen was great between these two actors. It was just one of those fun, heart-racing movies where you want both characters to win at the end of the day, but there can only be one, obviously, because it's a race. And I learned so much with F1, like, oh my God, all the science that goes behind it, the technology, not just from the racers, but from all the freaking guys that help out, whether they're on screen, like a computer, or they're at the pit. It was just so fascinating to see how they work as a team. And you could translate that to any business. But for number 2, this could be a hot take right here, but I don't give a shit because this is personal to me. But there's another Netflix movie, 9 out of 10, I got Nonas. Reason being is because I grew up Italian, so I'm sure all of us could relate, right? if there's a particular art or movie and it relates to your personal life and you're like, you know what? Yep, that's an authentic movie. And it reminds me of my grandma, my nonina, family, food, values, just great acting, great chemistry, great humor, and also great romance. There is like, I don't want to call it a slow burn, but it is great romance. And this is just it's such a heartfelt movie about business, family, food, consistency, even religion. Yeah, there's like a little bit of everything in this movie. And I think from all backgrounds and cultures, whether you're Italian or not, you could watch this movie and see something in your family as well. Like, oh, my abuelita, yes, Mama Coco, exactly. See, so there's something for everyone. And it makes you hungry. You definitely want to eat some pasta, spaghetti after this. Now, number one, time to get serious. Hold up. Let me stretch. Hold up. Because a lot of people shitting on this movie. I'm going to break it down real quick. Not real quick. We're already at 21 minutes. Let's go. Sinners. All right. Sinners is the number one movie of the year. 2025. Sinners is my favorite movie of the year. I think this motherfucker came out in March. And it helped. Was it March? Might have been April, May. I don't know. But like, it's been out in the first half of the year. And it's held the number one spot. I think the only thing that could have beat this was Avatar 3. But fuck Avatar 3. That was number 11. But number one is Sinners. Reason being, man, Ryan Coogler, right? He's a brilliant director because if you really watch his films over and over, at least for this one, I think if it's a first time watch and you love horror, you were definitely let down. Whereas me, I hate horror. I'm like scaredy cat or whatever. So when I watch this, I'm like, fuck. And then I was like, you know what? It wasn't even that scary. So I can see why people hate this fucking movie because it's really not that scary. However, if you really pay attention to the script, the storyline, the characters, all the little moments of this movie, you learn so much about spirituality. You learn so much about music. You learn so much about history. You learn so much about America. This movie, I think, will be taught for generations because there's so many underlying pieces of the story you could peel back and form your own interpretation. I'm telling you, I watched this movie like a dozen times and I'm always learning and finding a new detail where I'm like, holy shit, that one little piece explains so much about that one character or that plot line. And Michael B. Jordan, for him to play two characters as twins, such as Lindsay Lohan or whoever else did iconic role, this is iconic. We have to give him credit. Like, he deserves an Oscar off this fucking role because he's playing two different characters. The characters are obviously so different based on their like personality, where you could tell, like, even though it's Michael B. Jordan, like, it's two different people on screen. So I don't know if I'm explaining that properly, but he did such a great job. I'm so proud of him and the other cast members. I do feel like the first half of this movie is slow. That's why I can't give it a 10 out of 10, because no matter how many times I do watch it, it is a slow first half. Reason being is because they're trying to explain the importance of daytime, right? And being grateful for the day before nighttime. Because when nighttime comes, all hell breaks loose. That's when people be sinning left and right, partying, doing the hoochie coochie, whatever you want to call it, right? Drinking, all this shit, right? And it is about vampires as well, but I don't want to spoil anything. But I can see why you have to watch this movie over and over. Please, I'm begging you guys. If you didn't like it at first, try to watch it a few more times, because yes, it's slow in the beginning, but you realize it's slow because they're showing you all the different characters. And then towards the end of the movie, you're like, holy shit, like, you get so attached to these characters because you realize, oh, like, I realize all the little, because Ryan Coogler have all these fucking lines where the first time you watch, you're like, wait, what? Whose baby? What happened in the past? Like, you don't know these characters, so you don't give a shit. But then the more you watch this movie, you're like, oh. And I think I saw someone put together a compilation of spin-off movie ideas in regards to prequels, because this is a type of great movie where this is like the ending of the movie or the franchise, because that's how he wrote the movie, right? I believe he wrote this, he directed it, he owns this motherfucker, right? So I'm very proud of the director because he wrote this, and there's so much history behind it. But the way he wrote it, there's so many random lines in here that they could peel back and make spin-off movies for every freaking character. That's how impressive the writing is, in my opinion. And I never watched a movie like that where it's like, wow, it literally ended how it ended, which is great, but they could do so much in regards to like a prequel trilogy or or whatever. And I kind of want them to do that, but in regards to the franchise bullshit, like I said, the franchise slop, I don't want them to destroy such a great movie or IP, right? Like, let's just keep it as it is. But these characters are definitely lovable and memorable. And I'm grateful to watch this movie. I did watch it with my best friend when it came out, so I feel like it is a personal attachment towards that as well, on a personal side note. And this is a movie about brotherhood, right? It's a movie about relationships, faith, the most important thing. Hello. Oh my God. So shout out to Preacher Boy. You know what I mean? For real. Like, we all have a decision to make in life. I'm not even gonna see. I'm about to see. I caught myself because I was literally about to start preaching, and I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stop it right there. That's my number one favorite movie. Comment down below what's your favorite movie of 2025, and let me know if you're excited for 2026. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave it at that. God bless you all. Thank you so much if you're still watching. I really appreciate it. It's all love. Take care.